response video to Fred, who I will point out to Fred. I do have a response video feature of sorts. At least I can post the video I'm responding to as part of my video. So your video does play. So watch, I hit the button. It should play. Come on, play. Look at that, it plays.
Morning.
Yay, morning. You know, I also have some other little thing. You can load an extra MP3 here, which is sort of cool. Sinead O'Connor song is the one I've added. Illegally, I suppose, but whatever. Well, I did add it. There it is. Look at that. That's nice. Yes. Just the tone is nice. Yes. That's a good song. Anyway, yeah, so it works. So when I get it fixed, it'll just require somebody to just put some sort of little code text in their description of the video and then put the number of the video, and it'll load the embed of the video. So I gotta just make it so it does the YouTube videos and some other videos and whatnot, and you know, so you can have it if you want it. But I gotta do the other way of responding, where you can just, you know, add a response to somebody else's video. I haven't quite figured that one out yet. So anyway. Just showing off. Anyway, yay me. Yay for Team Flogger Dome. Cat wants to come in, sorry. Distraction. I have a headache. Sorry about your cold. In your neck. Yeah, it's miserable getting old. I got a lousy headache thing. I don't know what it is. It's not even a hard headache, but I feel like crap. So I'm blaming the headache, but maybe it's some other problem, and the headache's just a symptom. Anyway, back to your video, Finding Nemo thing. Alright, so that's the first thing I wrote down anyway. Was the fact that we have these two different kinds of needs, you know, well, not the two different kinds, okay. They're on a thing, you know, it's like a Pez dispenser. You know, the needs just pop out of the Pez dispenser, so you pull one out, and another one pops in, another one pops in. And yeah, we have the immediate need thing. And so when we have an immediate need, it's right there in front of us. I need to do this. I need to get this. I need to have this. And when I have this, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. And of course, it's never okay. You know, because you fix that problem and, oh, fuck, there's another one. You know, it just pops out of the dispenser. Just the neck flies open and another problem presents itself. Another issue. Holy shit. What the fuck are you doing? Cats. Where are you? What are you doing? What the hell was that? Oh, okay. It was only a 2-ton... yeah, it's only a big, heavy hunk of steel. Fell on the stupid cat. What are you doing in there? Don't be climbing all that crap, you stupid fuck. Get out of there. Come on. It's no place for you. Climbing a big pile of crap. Come here. Come on. Come on, go in the other room. Come on. Come on. Move it. Sorry, this is a real waste of a video. Cat psychology. So he leaps over that stuff pretty well. God, he's in a climbing mood. Climbing. Stop it. Just stop. Yeah. Yeah. Psychology at work. Which is sort of related to the whole mystic conversation I'm having too. Because see, you're talking this psychology stuff, and I'm talking the philosophy end, and yeah, that doesn't really work. But yeah, the psychology is just bullshit. It is this end game of comfort, and we can find a straight line to it. You know, just a straight line to the comfort thing, and just forget all this, the nuance of all this bullshit that's in our fucking head that makes all this stuff important, and it's all crap. So getting back to the argument about the synthetic love, synthetic romance, synthetic togetherness, or whatever that romance, male-woman thing, you know, synthesizing. What is it made out of? What is its nature? You know, do the whatever that guy is thing again. Yeah, Hannibal Lecter used that line too. But anyway. Yeah, and the nature is just a pile of conditioning that's been thrown on us by evolution. It doesn't have anything to do with reality. It just has to do with getting organisms to reproduce and all that kind of bullshit, and that's why the mechanism exists. So why not just exploit it and say, what's the direct line? What's the straight line? And so what I didn't finish in my first video, I kept getting right up to it, and then I get distracted and talk about some other shit, so I put an asterisk on it this time to remember. That ultimately what the smart brain is going to do is synthesize it internally. Just find a way of, I hate to say it, deluding itself into thinking it doesn't matter. Yeah, you know, that if it doesn't have it, it doesn't matter. Or just delude itself into thinking it already had it. Like, I could just imagine I just ate a 7-course meal and it was really nice and blah blah blah, and maybe I'm still a little hungry and I just want a chocolate mint to finish it off. Or I could just delude myself into thinking that yes, me and Christina just had a wonderfully romantic bath together, and I could just create a little fantasy in my head and say, that's my real life. Even though it's not my real life, I could just say, okay, there's the fantasy, I had it already, alright? I will have it again tomorrow night, okay? And I just keep putting it off. You know, I just keep putting tomorrow night off, I'm going to be okay, right? And so I can just sit in this middle ground where I can just say, oh yeah, it was really good. And if I feel horny, I can just say, oh, I can just wait till tomorrow. You know, or some other kind of bullshit mechanism. I mean, I'm just saying that we can direct line ourselves into just realizing that the actual having, I mean, is just it's kind of silly. I mean, we don't actually have to have it. We're just trying to trick our ego brain into thinking it's actually doing it. And so we can trick it, we can fool it into in the sense that we can just resolve it by having a program that just says, I'm going to resolve it for you. I'm going to make you believe that's what took place. Or I'm going to I'll create the mental image, and if you just cooperate a little bit, you'll fall for it. And so it just creates this little program in our brain that just says, deal with it internally. Deal with the problem of your desire internally. Resolve it away, and then it's not a problem anymore. Then you don't actually have to live in a warm house. You can just pretend your house is cold today, or for the next 5 minutes. Like, say I had no heat and it was freezing in here. I could just say, I could just fool my brain into saying, oh, well, it's only for 5 minutes. And then I can live through it because I'm not saying, oh, I'm stuck here forever in this cold, dismal life. I can just imagine that, oh, well, in 2 hours, something's going to happen and it's all going to be better. And then I can just say, okay, I'll forget about it now because in 2 hours it's going to be all right. And I'll just, let the 2 hours turn into 10 hours and let it turn into 20 days. I'm just saying these tricks aren't perfect. I'm just saying that that's what the smart brain should be doing, is just trying to either eviscerate, like just annihilate the need altogether by just turning it into nonsense, just recognizing it's just fucking nonsense. You really don't need it. It's just bullshit. Who cares who wins the cricket match? Fuck, it's just crap. Who the fuck cares? They're just a bunch of worm killers. Fuck them. With a clean just a clean statement in your brain, you just annihilate everybody in the field. It just becomes irrelevant. You just turn into daisies. So some of those things you can just wipe out altogether. Some of these things you worry about, you can just wipe out altogether. And, that's just the truth of it. And that, in my opinion, the point I wanted to get to is that's what demonstrates how it's all just bullshit. That why play this game in the first place? That most of this crap is just creating an artificial hunger to have an excuse to eat a meal that nobody needs to eat. I mean, it's just this circular bullshit. It's self-justifying. It doesn't have any real justification. It makes the mess and then it cleans up the mess. It's just stupid. And it should be acknowledged as that, and we should, as a practical matter, just for our own efficiency, attempt while we're here to just mitigate against the obnoxiousness of all this needy, wanty shit by fooling ourselves whenever possible and not making more messes. But again, people are going to have to say, stop making messes. Stop creating a desire machine that really isn't going to accomplish anything. It's just going to be a Pez dispenser, and desire and desire and desire is going to keep popping out of its neck, and it's going to suffer and die. I mean, it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid, and people need to say, that's stupid. Our psychology is stupid. As we put it, use the word "we come into the world," which is, it's one of those statements you're just saying, "Oh, what's coming now?" Because it's always like the statement before the bullshit. But yeah, we come into this world as what? As basically a programmable slug. We're just a slug at our core, just a need machine, just this grotesque, hungry, devouring monster. And yeah, we get a little bit of monkey and human knowledge to make us a little bit eloquent, a little bit elegant in our slimy pathways through the world. But that's all it is. It's lipstick on a pig. It's glitter on a slug. That's all we are, glittery slugs. And let's all admit it. Let's all say it, just so all these little princesses out there don't think they're doing something charming. Go look at a baby being born, okay? It's a fucking slug with little arms and legs. It's a fucking slug. It's birthed like a slug. Anyway. Alright, I gotta read this, connectiveness. Oh, the connectedness part. Yeah, again, just another psychological phenomenon, this whole dependency, the need for interaction. We're certainly feedbacky. We're certainly, that's part of the programming. Part of the innate programming is that the thing is built to function. It knows it's a king because it has subjects, kind of idea. It's not built to know it's a king from the inside out. It's always got its nature is to feel like a king because of the outside circumstance. And that's sort of the way we're made, is that we need the outside to validate the inside. But need is, I guess, the word I'm saying we can break a little, because we don't really need to do it that way. That's just the way we tend to function. And we can sort of break that functionality and reverse it and say, no, I can be the king without having any subjects. I can be anything in my head, and I don't need the world to tell me what it is. I don't need reality to draw me a picture. I can draw the picture with synthetics, with fake things. I can have my computer say, Gary, you are so fucking cool. I want to sleep with you so bad. I can have it happen. I can make it happen. And it will, maybe it won't be the real thing. I mean, maybe it'll be a 10% or a 2% even, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be some kind of percent. I mean, all these validations are validations. I mean, here we know each other in this, like, one-dimensional way. I mean, at least it feels like 3 dimensions in some respects. But that's all we know. We know each other in this flat, synthetic way. I mean, you're just flat as flat can be, buddy. You're just a talking piece of paper. You're just a drawing on a piece of paper in some respects. And yet, yeah, we are inside each other's heads. I've said it before. I mean, I have a little Fred inside my head. I have a little mystic inside my head. They talk to me. They say shit. When I'm doing something, they'll opine. They'll have an opinion. And so yeah, we get inside of each other, and we're making videos inside each other's heads. And they're unique videos. I mean, it's not like you're saying you're just being redundant, but you are being consistent to your character often. Sometimes you're a little wacky, though. I mean, sometimes it's like, well, let's put Fred in a cage for now. He's a little out of control. But that's the charm of it, is that the Fred inside my head is maybe more alive than this video is. I mean, as strange as that sounds, I mean, the Fred in my head might be, he might be a more interesting person than you are. I mean, as stupid as that it sounds. I mean, it could be. Let's just say it could be. It's possible. I guess that happens with people, as they meet YouTubers in person, and they're like, oh, man, that guy's a nothing in real life, So I guess that's possible. But anyway. Yeah, but that is part of this whole thing, is that we do have this need some connectedness. But again, I'm going to argue that we can do it in this synthetic way. I don't even need a real Fred. I mean, theoretically, it's nice to have one, but I just need words. I mean, the computers could synthesize paragraphs and sentences. It could say, "You're too fucking angry, you motherfucking bastard." I might gotta have a computer program that just rants at me or trolls me. And, I'd be interacting with it and saying, "Oh, yeah, I'll get you, fucker." And it'll say, "What are you going to get me with, fucker? I'm on the internet, shithead." And I'll say, "I can, make you feel bad." And it'll say, "Well, how do you even know I'm a person?" And we can have a whole argument, and I'll be having a whole argument with just a fucking, sentence bot. But it'll be a life. It'll be the interaction. It'll be synthetic, but it'll be, in many respects, just as valid as any of this other synthetic crap on this flat screen that I'm interacting with. Alright, so I think that's enough. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I mean, we're just psychology. We're just this desperately wanty, needy, touchy-feely thingy, and it's all just crap. It's just every bit of it. If you boil it down, you boil it down, you boil it down. There's no radium. There's no nothing. There's crap. There's just minerals. There's just shit. It's just crap. There's just nothing here that has real substance, except the fact that we're stuck in the game. But the game is absolutely ludicrous. It's a circular, stupid game where you just, where you're just made to be snapped by the trap. I mean, it's just like, who would play this game? It's just a stupid game. It's like struggle, struggle, struggle up your Sisyphus hill, get to the top, and a giant foot comes down and goes squish, right? Like in Monty Python. And you're like, what the fuck? Who would play this game? This is the goddamnest, stupidest game. You can't, a retard could figure out something better than this. I mean, could cook a better shit recipe than this. Anyway. That's I'm going to commentate on this stuff because it needs to be commentated on. I mean, every bit of our psychology you scratch at, I mean, you just don't find anything good. It is brown, and it's not chocolate brown. I mean, it's brown for a different reason. It just ain't good. So, that's enough.